Sup everyone, I'm Female Otaku and I'm going to review episode 6 of Tales of Zestiria: The Cross. And now I officially understand why it's called The Cross and not The X. Let me go over a couple of things, because last week a lot of you gamers gave me so much information and I'm going to spill it all to you right now for those of you who don't know. For one thing, the reason why this is called Tales of Zestiria: The Cross and not The X is because this is a crossover between Tales of Berseria and Tales of Zestiria. You see, the majority of the episodes that we've gotten so far before these two Velvet episodes was Tales of Zestiria. But with Velvet, she is the main character for an upcoming game about to be released in October, I believe, called Tales of Berseria. Tales of Berseria takes place before Zestiria. Remember last week I was talking about the new terminology and it was just thrown at me and I have no idea what any of these mean, like Malix and Daemons, you know, stuff like that. Well, it turns out that was the old terminology. Like in Zestiria they say Seraphs, in Berseria they say Malix, in Zestiria they say Hellions, in Berseria they say Daemons. So I'm not too positive if we're going to get any more bits of Velvet, but if you do pay attention to the opening, you notice that there is this one scene with Velvet coming in and attacking Sorey. So I don't know, maybe there's going to be some sort of time travel bit where Velvet is going to just suddenly blast into the future in Zestiria world and then have a clash with Sorey. I don't really know, but at the end of this episode they say that they're not gonna, like, you know, the cast of Berseria, they say that they're not gonna appear in next week's episode. So next week we're gonna have the regular cast of Zestiria, but I have no idea when we're gonna see Velvet again. But basically these two episodes were like the prologue and a big old advertisement for the upcoming game. Velvet is definitely #1 waifu, #1 best girl of this season. She's totally a contender for waifu / best girl of the year as a whole. Just like officially I have added her to my waifu list. My official waifu list. Like, oh my goodness, just Velvet is love, Velvet is life. Who's out for vengeance on Artorias because Artorias has some sort of vision of cleaning out all the evil in the world and bringing pain and suffering among others so that he can create the perfect world. So, you know, he has this ideal, but getting to that dream is rather twisted. And so Velvet, she saw her little brother become a sacrifice to Artorias and she became a Daemon Eater. She could absorb the powers of the Daemons, Malix, and Exorcist, which is how she was able to get these new powers after eating Ceres, which I was pretty sad that Ceres had to die, but you know, I guess it had to be done. But now, you know, Velvet is more OP, so yay. And now her and her new friend's goal is to kill Artorias, and it's Velvet and Rokuro, the Daemon, and this new girl, some sort of witch. Her name is Magalo. She was kind of a mood killer for me, but I didn't hate her. I just thought that she was very out of place. I just looked at her and I'm just like, I think you're in the wrong game. Like, she just seems so out of place. But that's just me. Let me know if you are going to buy the Tales of Berseria game. Let me know how hyped you are for next week's episode, because now that I think about it, is that we've been so focused on Velvet, I forgot where we left off with Zestiria. Wasn't there a dragon or something that appeared? And today I had to fight it. I don't know, I remember some sort of monster appearing. Oh my goodness, I'm so focused on Velvet because Velvet is the waifu. But anyway, catch you later as I review Orange. I'm your Female Otaku, sayonara.